execution is worship. It's how we honor God with what our time is. You know, how many things did we knock out? How many goals can we check off that list where I said to organize the idea? How many things can we say is already done? Because if we knock out one, 10 is complete, 20 is complete, right? It's about the next level.
Hey, it's Logan Renee of the Soulcation Podcast, the home of all things soul care, a place where we heal, we grow, and we laugh, all while you're building your six-figure business or CEO career. And now for your Soulcation announcements. I hope you all are ready for the 2020 Soulcation Retreat. I just want to be the real me that will take place Saturday, August 28th. We're going to talk about having a CEO mindset, liking and loving the woman that you are, forgiving the woman that you were, releasing self-doubt, unpacking brokenness. We're going to have some of the most talented women at this event, and we want you there because we know anybody listening to this podcast is that type of woman also. So we can't wait to see you there. Also, we're going to have a live class this month. We have them every single month and they are free and we want you there. It is Thursday, March 25th. It's entitled Business Collaborations and Partnerships. Also, working with difficult people. How do you do that? We're going to help you find someone where do you find someone that can come alongside you while building your brand, while building your team? How do you create healthy relationships? What relationships should you avoid? Contract templates, business services and offers, narrowing down your niche so you know who you should be talking to and who's your audience. Also knowing what you're going to offer yourself as a business owner. We hope to see you all on March 25th.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Soulcation Podcast. I'm your girl, Logan Renee, in the building. So today we're going to talk about starting a business or reorganizing a business, okay? So for those of you who have ideas like, okay, last year was crazy, and clearly I might have to have additional income, but what do I do, okay? And some of you are like, I had a business last year, but I want to switch some things up. It's about that time. So we're going to talk about how to start and to reorganize. Coming out the gate with number one is start with your why. This is essential. Let me tell you why. 2020 was crazy. It was a mess. It was a lot, and there was blessings tucked away inside of 2020, but 2020 was a lot. And for those who didn't have a strong enough why, it wasn't one of, I'm not going to say that it was one of the main reasons why their business probably didn't, continue to grow, but it's the foundation of why you keep going. Your why has to be rooted in something so strong. When a 2020 hits, when somebody passes away, when you've lost all ambition, you just lost that light that makes you want to go and put your all into something, it got to be that strong. It got to be just that deep. For those of you who have lost somebody, that could be your why. For those of you who grew up, in not so great situations, that could be your why. You just want a better life for your kids, that could be your why. I mean, your why can simply be because it's rooted in your purpose. It's rooted in your gift. It's the thing that lights you up. It's the thing that makes you smile. It's the things that turns you on. It's the thing you can do for hours and time just passes by. It got to be that deep. Because a 2020 might happen, or a divorce might happen, or end of a relationship might happen, or a friendship might happen, or the people you started off a year with, you all aren't, vibing like that no more, so those things, your why got to be so deep. That thing got to be deep for you to want to keep going. So when you come up with your why, I want you to literally turn off everything. Turn off the TV, turn off radio, put your phone on Do Not Disturb for a beat, and sit down and ask yourself, what's my real why? I literally have my why staring at me right now. And it's a picture of my mom. My mother, she was everything. The sweetest woman that I have ever known. And cancer took her life. Breast cancer took her life. And I found a list of things that my mom said that she wanted to do. So I'm doing them. Okay. She didn't get to do it, but I'm gonna do it. And it's like she doing it because she living through me. I'm gonna carry it on because my mother's sacrifice in her work would not be in vain. I refuse to leave this earth if I still have breath in my body and not keep doing the things that are my gift, you know, but I know my mom wanted these things to be fulfilled. So I'm gonna knock them out. Okay. I only got one more left to do. I really want to ask a child, what else did you want to do? Because I'm knocking them out, honey. I'm giving them the business. These goals are getting accomplished. So let your why be that deep. Let it be that rooted. When you look at your child running around, turning up at the house, you be like, I'm gonna do this for Jimmy. Jimmy got on my nerves today, but Jimmy gonna have him some coins in the bank by the time he's 12. Okay. That's number one. Number two, don't lie about what you really want in your life. Okay. Look at your life, sit back and say, what do I really want? Not what sounds sexy, as Sylvia High says. She says, we pick things that sound sexy to other people. I want to be an engineer. And girl, you know you don't want to be no engineer. Okay. She says, stop picking stuff that sounds sexy and ask yourself what you really want. Do you want to live debt free? Do you want to be able to go on multiple trips a year? Do you want to be able to send somebody to college? Do you want to secretly buy somebody a car? Do you want to be connected to high powered people? What do you really want? So, okay, write it down. What do I want? Okay. And when we write those things down, we start speaking those things out, things come to you because God knows you serious. I believe he rocked with the people that's 100, that's out here saying, you know what? I can have this. I can attract this. I do deserve this. And they get it. They honestly get it. Ask and you shall receive. That's what the Bible says. Okay. So where do you see your company going? Where do you see your organization going, your nonprofit going, your art company going, your podcast going, your book going? Where do you see these things going? Ask yourself for real. My hair itching, Lord, all in the face. And we ain't editing this out. This 100 is what we do. Do you want to sell it one day? Is this a generational wealth type of business? I was listening to a girl on YouTube the other day and how she was saying that she got into real estate with $5,000. And I think she owns like 14, 15 properties. I'm probably going to be on the podcast. And she has her kids over there painting, decorating, nailing stuff, putting new doors in and everything. And, 9 times out of 9, these kids are going to be in real estate. They going to have stacks on stacks on stacks at the age of 15. Is that what you want for your company? Ask yourself, what is it that you really want? Because it's the foundation. I think a lot of things crumble because it sounds sexy to say that you're an engineer. I mean, not an engineer, entrepreneur, or, I'm getting my doctorate or whatever. It sounds good. But 9 times out of 9, when people are just coming off the rip with stuff and they haven't sat down to think about what it is they really want, it doesn't last because it's not rooted in anything. Number 3, write it all out, every single thought. So let's say you want to start a podcast. I'm just going off the top of my mind right now. What platform do you want to use? Right? What color scheme do you want to have? What content do you want to produce on your show? Who is it that you want to attract? Start with the basics. Write everything out. These are the topics that I want to cover. These are the people that I could interview. These are the days that fit my schedule. This is my calendar scheduler that I could send to people. These are the messages that I will automate. Automation is the greatest thing that you can do, especially if you got a full-time job. And I know a lot of the listeners have businesses, but they also have full-time jobs. We can't be answering podcast emails while we working for our 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a system already in place to take care of stuff that doesn't have anything to do with you. You know what I'm saying? You have to automate stuff. So what platform do you want to use? How do you want it to look? What do you want people to feel? How are you going to show up in this business? What would be your main role? Right? Think about those things and start to write those things down. More importantly, all the things that you see the show doing, right? And then that'll go into number 4. You got to organize this idea. Okay. What quarter is all of this going to be taped in? You know, what's the order? What's the rank? What's the importance of this particular show? Right. And when do you want to do it? A lot of times it's based on, other people's schedule. But if you're just doing the show by yourself, and again, this is just an example, not saying anybody wants to start a podcast, but when you sit down to start organizing your business, is this number 1 or is this number 10? Because a lot of times we're working on stuff that's not even important. That's not going to even move everything forward. Literally should be a ripple effect. Let me take care of task A because it's going to help me with task 4. It's going to help me with task 8. And then it's like a chain reaction of things that's in order. You want to sit down and make sure that things are in order. A great resource is Brian Tracy. When I say this man is really the king of productivity, even Peter F. Drucker, he has a book called Managing Oneself. How to literally sit down and say, this is not that important right now, and I can take this off the list. So put a 1 or 2 or 3 beside it, or A, B, C. If it's A, it's priority. Okay. If it's B, I can do this after I finish A. If it's C, probably not that important. I can find somebody else to help me with this task. If it's D, child, just get rid of it. Literally, just go and get rid of it. Number 5, conquer and divide. Divide and conquer. This is so important. I'm about to give you out the real juice right here. In order to divide and conquer, you have to understand what is needed to be done. Okay. My problem when I first hired my first assistant, it was very hard for me to communicate what I do because I was doing it. So I'm like, boom, 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 boom. I didn't realize I'm doing 20 different things, but to have to write that out at first and try to explain it to somebody, that was the hardest thing that I had ever done. I was like, oh, leading somebody else really ain't that easy, So really ask yourself what it is that you do best. Okay. If you do that best, that's what you should be doing. That's where the majority of your time should be. If emailing ain't your zhish, child, it is somebody out there that you can pay $10 an hour to do it. My golden place to go is Upwork.com. Upwork.com. Fiverr is also another resource for freelancers, but no shade to Fiverr. Fiverr is like Walmart and Upwork is a Target. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bougie. Like you take your time on Upwork. Fiverr, you get in, you get out, and you leave. Okay. No shade, once again. But who's going to help you tackle these ideas? Who's going to help you organize this? Who's going to help you implement this? Who's going to help you structure this? Who's going to help you plan this? Literally sitting down and saying, okay, here are all the 10 things that we have to do. I'm going to take these 4, you take these 6, or whatever it is. In order to divide and conquer, you have to know what that job entails and be able, if you're going to bring somebody on to help you, be able to tell them specifically what it is that you want them to do. If not, you're going to be wasting a lot of time and a lot of money. And then I found myself, child, doing her assignment. I'm like, okay, girl, if I'm paying you these little $2, $4, I wasn't paying her $4. But if I'm paying you this money, then the job that I'm asking you to do, I need you to do it. You know what I'm saying? Number 6, you have to trust yourself and you got to trust your team. Super important. You got to trust yourself and you got to trust your team. Believe you're worthy. Believe if you are in the room that you deserve to be there. Believe that you're going to attract hardworking people because that's who you are. One of my goals that I read every morning is I attract hardworking, intelligent, servanthood type of people in my life, because that's who I am. If I go hard in the paint, I'm going to attract people to go hard in the paint. Trust your team. Believe that they're going to get the job done. I don't micromanage. I don't stand over. Like, to me, okay, you may have done 20 pitch calls. At the end of the day, how many things have you gotten me on or produced for me? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's all about the product. And I was listening, I felt bad because until I was listening to Tony Robbins one day, and he was like, I had people in my company, they were like, I made 242 phone calls. He was like, how many sales? Like, at the end of the day, it's about the numbers, not the action. It's about the result. How many results have you produced, right? But just trust them to do their job. Trust yourself to do your job. Trust yourself to show up and knock it out, baby. And, do it with flying colors in the cutest lipstick possible, okay? Trust yourself, trust your team, and get it done. That's the last one, is to get it done. Execution is worship, as Eric Thomas says so well. Execution is worship. It's how we honor God with what our time is. How many things did we knock out? How many goals can we check off that list where I said to organize the idea? How many things can we say is already done? Because if we knock out 1, 10 is complete. 20 is complete, right? It's about the next level. So yeah, that is today's episode on reorganizing your business or even starting your business. Make sure you start with the why. And that floods into getting things done and walking in your purpose, walking in your gift of why you're really here. I'll catch you all in the next episode of the Soulcation Podcast. Love you all. Bye.
My hope is that your soul just went on a vacay and you have tools that you can apply to your life today. For more in-depth tools, head on over to loganrenee.com. Also, if you have questions that weren't answered on this episode, email your questions to logan@loganrenee.com and I'll answer them here on the show. I'll talk to you soon.